Anytime a swim team rests and shaves, um, there's a little nerves going into the meet just because you want to make sure that everybody's on, and we kind of had everybody's minds put to ease right away when in the first individual event, Rachel Baranek, sophomore, dropped 6 seconds in her 500 freestyle, and that's a pretty monumental drop. Maggie Metz followed up with she dropped a little bit of time and lowered her NCAA B qualifying time that she already had gone at Grinnell, Iowa earlier this year. And then Matt Luton ended up breaking his own school record in the 500 freestyle shortly thereafter. He lowered that time by 2 seconds, so he's only 2 seconds off the NCAA B cut on the men's side. Then Josh Sawyers from the United Kingdom, our freshman, he lowered his own school record in the 200 IM shortly thereafter. And then our men finished up Friday night with a school record in the 400 medley relay. So Friday night went very well for us, and then we kind of picked up right where we left off on Saturday morning. And Maggie Metz lowered her lifetime best in the 400 IM by over 4 seconds, and she picked up her second NCAA B qualifying standard. Shortly after that, Matt Luton, actually Maggie finished second place overall in the Minnesota Challenge. The only girl that beat her was from the University of Minnesota, and that girl also is the defending Division I national champion in the 200 breaststroke. So that's some pretty tough competition, but Maggie held strong and took down everybody else other than that girl. Then Matt Luton right after that in the men's 400 IM, he finished in the top 10. Had a solid swim, just missed his school record from Grinnell, but he was just a touch off, so it's not that big of a deal. Then after that, Austin Andrews broke the school record in the 100 butterfly. He ended up going a lifetime best time of 54.7. Then we actually didn't have a big school record breaking swim again until the 800 freestyle relay, and our guys ended up shattering their record of 7:19 from Grinnell, Iowa. They went 7:11. And they actually placed 6th place overall at the Minnesota Challenge in that event, so we were pretty excited about that. Matt Luton broke his own school record in the 200 freestyle, lowering his best time by a little over a second in that one as well. Our girls also placed in the top 16 in the 800 free relay, so that was a huge swim for them overall to put that relay together. Then Saturday afternoon, we had a huge swim out of Matt Luton in the 1650, or the swimming equivalent of the mile. He lowered his lifetime best in that event by 30 seconds. Typically, it's tough to drop 20 seconds a year, because 20 seconds in that event is roughly 1.25 per 100 yards. And all the training that he's put in this year really caught up, and he ended up cutting 30 seconds off that event, and in the process, well, he lowered his own school record by 30 seconds in that, but he also took down one of the final 2 school records that hadn't been broken to this point. He broke John Woodruff's 1,000 freestyle record. That record was 10:11, and Matt's 1,000 split at the 1,000 mark in the mile. We count those as records in swimming. His split was 10:05. And in swimming terms, he swam a very intelligent race. His first 500 was 5:05. His second 500 was 5:00. His last 500 was 4:59, and then he continued to go faster. So that was a very intelligent swim, and I was proud of how he was able to put that race together. And then Maggie Metz racked up her 3rd NCAA B qualifying time. And she placed 3rd overall in the women's mile. She ended up lowering her time from Grinnell by 31 point some seconds, and she ended up going 17:40, which was the B cut. The NCAA B cut for the women was 17:53, so she eclipsed that time by 13 seconds, so we were pretty happy with that. And then to wrap up what happened on Saturday evening, the men ended up finishing 6th place in the 400 freestyle relay, which was a huge swim, and they lowered their school record from the Grinnell meet by 2 seconds. Our women placed in the top 16 in the 400 freestyle relay as well, and then Rachel Baranek ended up dropping her 200 butterfly time by over 5 seconds, and she actually placed 14th in that So I was really pleased to have as many top 16 finishes as we did at the Minnesota Challenge, considering the fact that the University of Minnesota men and women were there. On the Division II side, on the women's side, we had St. Cloud State, which is an emerging power, as well as Minnesota State Mankato. And then on the men's side, St. Cloud State is also kind of climbing the ranks. So we had a lot of excellent competition, and plus there were tons of well-established Division III schools that were at this meet as well. So it wasn't scored, but we were keeping an eye on which teams had more top finishes, and I was really excited when one of the officials even came up to me after the meet and was like, where is William Jewell College? So again, like we had at Grinnell, we still had people asking, like they noticed us, so we had a couple really solid swims up there. And then on Sunday, Saturday night after the meet, we just got food to go and drove down to Mankato. It took us about an hour and a half. We stayed in a hotel and then swam against St. Cloud State and Minnesota State Mankato. It was considered a last chance meet. In swimming, we have meets that, like, you'll have your conference championship. Unfortunately, all three of us, the schools that were at this meet, St. Cloud State, Mankato, and ourselves, we didn't have a conference to compete in this year. So we needed another meet, or they needed another meet to be able to have an opportunity to make some national qualifying times. And I figured it was a really good opportunity for William Jewell College to get up and race against some strong Division II schools. And we did well, and things that I'm really happy with were Maggie Metz was able to go 2 more lifetime best times, and anytime you're able to go a lifetime best, it's definitely a great opportunity. And she won a lifetime best in the 200 freestyle as well as 100 backstroke, and those were actually back-to-back events. And then freshman Ben Plank was able to lower his own school record in the 200 butterfly by 2 seconds at that meet, and went 2:01.69. So we were really happy with that. And then one of the exciting things about swimming, it's much different than a lot of sports. I'd say that track, this might happen in track, but we have a guy on our team, Kyler Wooldridge, who was just a student at William Jewell College, and then when he found out that they added swimming, he started getting back in shape after taking over 2 years off of the sport. And he's swimming this year. Unfortunately, he's not going to swim next year because of academic reasons. But so that Saturday meet was his last ever swim meet, and our team was like on the side of the pool. Minnesota State Mankato was on the side of the pool. St. Cloud State, the whole pool was surrounded and up and cheering their brains out for him when he was on the blocks to anchor our relay for his last college swim. So that was one of the coolest things I saw all weekend, and he did awesome. So it was a great way to send him off and the conclusion of his swimming career. Okay. So overall, a great finish to the season. Obviously, in my opinion, we still have a lot of work to do, but if someone was going to tell me that we were going to break every existing school record on the men's side but one, as well as achieve 3 NCAA Division II provisional qualifying standards, I would have kind of wondered whether that was going to happen or not, but it did. So I couldn't be more proud of what our team put into the season, and I'm excited to see what they can do in the years to come.